Hey guys, Cole Reader here, and today I would like to talk to you about attracting the new generation of staff. You know, we hear all the time about millennials coming through the ranks, Gen Z coming through the ranks. Look, the reality is that 50% of the workplace now is millennial or Gen Z. So it's not just something that's going to be happening in the future, it's happening today. We combine that with the changes in the accountancy marketplace, the automation, the requirement for advisory services, commercial awareness, and most importantly, soft skills. And it really does transform what our offering needs to be for our staff. Because the next generation don't want to come in as trading their hours for money. That's not necessarily what it's all about for them. And traditionally as accountants, we can get stuck in the mindset that, you know, we pay an hourly wage, we pay an annual salary, we expect a year's worth of work. Doesn't do the job anymore. The first thing that you need to do if you're looking to attract the very best staff is you really need to focus on your culture as a firm. Now for me, that can be established really simply by looking at, first of all, what is your vision? What is the bigger picture of what you want to achieve? You can break it down into your mission, but then perhaps most importantly, what are your values? What are your underlying behaviours and paradigms that shape the way that you and your firm does things? Now we did this ourselves, and you know, we got an office and I got my management team together, and we wrote down all of the desirable values that we'd like to have as a firm. We put them onto sticky notes, put them all over the walls, and as you can imagine, there's about 500 notes. Okay, all different values, and sometimes we duplicated things. You know, I think integrity came up about 10 times. I think honesty came up 5 times. You know, we had loads of different values up there, and we had to go through a process of consolidating them to get to an agreed point of the firm's values. And here is a really important point when it comes to engaging the next generation of staff. They mustn't be your values, they must be the firm's values. And there's a subtle difference there. And it's absolutely fine for your values to be slightly different to your firm's values. You know, I know that my personal values are defined slightly differently from my firm's values. That's okay, because my team have established those set of values. As long as they're not conflicting with each other, then everything's fine. So that's culture. The next thing is training. I think nowadays we don't have staff members for life, but if we can engage a staff member, we have so much more than a staff member. And part of that comes through training and development. Look, people don't want to sit in an office with the door closed, adding up numbers all day. You know, we might be the ones that have done that for ages, but the next generation don't necessarily want to. So we need to give them opportunities to develop their skill sets. Now, part of that comes from professional qualifications, from academic training, and the traditional CPD routes. But also a great way of demonstrating to the next generation how they can develop is by allowing them to shadow those that you wish them to emulate and eventually succeed. So work shadowing, mentoring, and that really crucial part of feedback, helping them to develop on their journey and allowing them to carve out their own career path. And I guess the third thing is flexibility. Now, we see that, you know, firms have come a long way since the 9 to 5 Monday to Friday. Some of this has been, you know, through legislation in various nations. Some of it has been down to the wider marketplace and what we need to do to appear to be competitive. But there's so much more that we can do. We need to think about companies like WhatsApp, where it's a global company. Most people in the world have heard about WhatsApp. But you know what? It's run from all of the employees' homes. We're about 73 people. Yeah, that was at the point that it hit its IPO. It was a phenomenal story. And I think that the accountancy practice of the future might be similar. It might not necessarily be office-based. It might be far more boutique. But allowing team members the flexibility to open their laptop, to work on their phone, wherever they are in the world. And rather than tracking the inputs, i.e. chargeable time, how many hours are on the timesheet, tracking the outputs. Have they delivered customer delight? Have they helped to train their juniors? Have they made a difference in the world? That's the kind of thing that works for your business and works for your team.